How can we have
Joey,
a bat flip segment without Jose Bautista?
This is the guy that created the bat flip. Like, this is the guy that, like, in my mind, like, if you think of bat flip, you think of this guy.
High fly ball, right field deep. Canseco back to the track. Look it out. It is.
Sosa to his left. Nice play. Spinner wall, but he throws it away. Hits the oh.
Welcome to the Off the Dome podcast. This is episode 4. We have made some good progress so far. Our 12 subscriber special. Last week was the 7. Hopefully next week it's the 1,000,000. We're all doing good here. My name's Kobe Van Nort. I'm one of your co-hosts here today, joined by Zev Black, Aaron Nemiroff. Guys, how are we doing?
Feeling good, despite a couple of rough Boston losses over the weekend, still feeling great. I feel like each time we come on the show here, we get a little bit of an upgrade. Last week we had cameras on with all 3 of us, which was great. This week we got mics, new background for a couple of us too. Mm-hmm. But the weekend was rough. Celtics lost, Bruins lost, both got eliminated. And the Celtics, that one just, like, losing to the Sixers drives me crazy. Crazy, but it's okay. It is what it is. Aaron, how you doing?
Well, the reason that your weekend was bad is kind of the reason why mine was great. I love to see those Boston teams go down. So I'm happy. Everything went well for me. I'm also excited about the upgrades we've made. We all got mics today. Background's looking good. We got our jerseys up. Shohei Kirsch for me. Big Poppy for Zev. Yeah. And I'm excited to get into this episode.
You're so absurd with that. It's such a one-sided rivalry between us. I don't care about any of your LA teams.
Besides the Lakers. Celtics.
The Lakers are the only one. But you hate the Red Sox. You hate the Patriots. And, you hate the Bruins even though you don't care about hockey. So
I hate them a little bit less because I don't care much about hockey. But your teams both cheated against mine to beat us in championships in my lifetime. So I think it's pretty valid. Let's get into baseball, though.
Wait, one more thing before we do that. I just want to say, I've been seeing so much on Twitter and people texting me like, gosh, your Boston team stink. It's like, dude, we just made the playoffs in basketball, in hockey, and made the Super Bowl all in the span of, 3 months? 2 months here? 3 months? Like, any other city would love that to be the case, just as that Boston has higher standards that I guess LA doesn't quite have. So anyways, baseball time. Phillies fired Rob Thomson. Another domino falls in the MLB. I thought this was a kind of an interesting one. What did you guys think about this firing?
The interesting thing for me was, they wanted to get Cora, even though Mattingly's son is the GM, and they actually offered the job to Cora. He says no, and then they named Don Mattingly the interim manager. So that was kind of funny. But Philly's off to a terrible start. Really, really bad. And we've seen the Red Sox do it too, kind of using that manager as a scapegoat. But I know we all kind of agree that we don't really know how much of a role these baseball managers truly play, especially in comparison with other sports like the NBA, NFL, NHL. What do you guys think about all that?
I mean, I personally, completely agree. I think it's ridiculous. I think these teams try to find scapegoats, especially this late in the season. But when your team's
this early in the season.
This early in the season. When your team's dead last in all of these spots, I mean, they are 28th in runs, 29th in batting average, 28th in OBP, 26th in slugging, and 27th in ERA. Those things, it's not a manager at that point. It comes down to a little bit of a deeper issue that comes down with the team. Now, for some people, I know we've talked about this off air about how morale is a very important thing for managers in the MLB, if not one of the most important things. Maybe that has a part of affecting it, but when it comes down to it, the players need to play better. And I think, realistically, it just comes down to a PR move to show the fans that you and the ownership that you are really trying to make an effort here to put together a winning franchise. And I don't understand the move.
I kind of think that like because managers don't really matter as much in the MLB, it's kind of like whatever. Like who cares if they get fired? I thought the Sox should have fired Cora. They did. They're not even like playing necessarily better without him, but it was just time in my eyes for them to move on. I know Tommy's been there a little less time, so maybe could have kept him a little longer. But if they don't really do much, why does it matter if they stick around or not? It doesn't matter who's there. They just need somebody. I kind of view it as like good teams make the playoffs regardless of who their managers are. And the best managers make the biggest difference in the postseason. So I saw with the Phillies, they just consistently got worse in the postseason. And if you're not winning come October, what are we doing? It's the only reason we play the game is to win in October. So if he's not getting the job done then, especially with the bad start now, I get why they did it.
I lost some connection with you during that tangent.
Uh-oh.
So if I repeat something you said, I apologize. But I do agree with your end point, which was that during the regular season, the players kind of take charge and your roster controls a lot of your record. And then in the playoffs, managers do kind of have an impact. And I ultimately agree. I do have some strong feelings about the whole baseball manager position. I think realistically, I could manage the Dodgers to 100 games. I truly believe that. I agree with Kobe, too, that the biggest role a manager plays is the leadership and morale and controlling the team chemistry. And maybe I would struggle there personally. Maybe they wouldn't respect me. But in terms of that roster, I can put Shohei leadoff, Kyle Tucker in the 3-hole, and roll out Yamamoto, and we're probably gonna win the game, right? But on the flip side, I've been bragging all season and during the offseason about how great Dave Roberts was during the playoffs because he made a bunch of decisions, bullpen, pinch hitting, leaving Rojas in that Game 7. He talked about almost pinch hitting Alex Call. So it's weird because I say that I can manage them to 100 games and then I give Dave Roberts all this credit. But ultimately, I do think a manager has 5+ people in that dugout with the analytics right in front of them, and they're kind of relaying to the manager, hey, you got to bring in the lefty here. Hey, this guy's reverse splits. Let's leave this pitcher in. Mm-hmm. And then Roberts or whoever is actually the one just showing face in making that move. So it's kind of a weird balance, and ultimately, the manager is really just there for leadership purposes.
Yeah, and I think that's why you saw the Red Sox fire a lot of the coaching staff and not just Cora, because they realized it's not just on him, it is on maybe the entire coaching staff or a select few in the coaching staff.
Yeah, that brings up something I wanted to say about analytics teams in general. I mean, like the Tampa Bay Rays are a really good example of that because they've spent millions on their analytics team, and that kind of I've seen kind of read things about how those analytic teams like are normally functioned in the sense of helping the GMs make their moves, but at the same time, I'm sure it's used. Those teams are used to help these in-game situations as well, and how that's balanced out. And I think that that the fact that teams are noticing how valuable of a strategy that is to have like some guys behind a computer who are just researching on matchups and all of these advanced stats that we now have in baseball. I think that really does shape what a lot of decisions that managers are making these days. So it's so hard to just go straight up and just be like, it's just the manager making those decisions. So yeah, I totally agree with you there, Zev.
Yeah. Yeah, I think analytics are so important this year as well, just with the ABS coming into play. Walks are way up this year. Like we saw in Saturday's game, Reds pitchers walked 7 straight Pirates, which tied an MLB record. Obviously, the Pirates went on to win 17-7. We saw Nick Kurtz, got to say that one slow. Nick Kurtz walked in 20 straight games, which tied Ted Williams for second all time. You never would have guessed. Roy Columbine of the Detroit Tigers in 1947 holds the record, 22 straight games, a guy I've just never heard of. I think ABS is a big
Roy
part
Columbine?
of that.
Come on,
I've
man.
never heard of Roy Columbine.
Anywho,
walks.
wait, I wanted to say something about
Yep.
Mr. Kurtz. I gotta watch that personally.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
was pretty
you,
cool.
You've watched him play a lot this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially coming down to this time, I work in the control room. I've said it multiple times, but it was really cool, actually. Just the behind-the-scenes side of it that I feel like not a lot of people think about is, like, we have these graphics ready to go. yesterday, Saturday, the day that he didn't actually end up getting a walk. Like, we were ready to go to put up a graphic for him and to really have that celebration. And I don't know. It's another side of things that you don't really see, but he's been fantastic so far to start this season. Like, it's surprising because, like, if you look at some of the just bare stats, like, it hasn't been that amazing, but then you look at this 20 walks thing, like, pitchers are trying to pitch around him, and there's a reason for it. But anywho, you're talking about walks being up. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I just want to say real quick, you saying that you had the graphic ready, it made me think of like when ESPN, posts at like the end of a season all the graphics that they had pre-made that they didn't get to use, like the Blue Jays winning the World Series didn't get to use it, or Patriots winning the Super Bowl didn't get to use. I always find those pretty funny. Yeah. But yeah, walks are up to 7.3% to start the season, averaging 6.98 walks per game through April compared to just 6.8 last year. Is this what the league wants? Like, they want more offense. Side note, I think the balls are juiced again this year. Just saying. But they want more offense. Is this contributing to it? Do they want offense in this way? Is this good for baseball? What do you guys think?
It just makes me think about, we had this conversation the other day. You were telling me that Ranger Suarez is getting screwed on a lot of batters because he used to get the call on his changeups, right? That would kind of drift over the plate and then fall out of the zone, and the umps just saw it as, this is a strike and there was nothing no one can do about it. And now with ABS, obviously those pitches he was used to getting called strikes are becoming balls. And it's probably just something that's going on across the league. I mean, the numbers kind of speak for themselves there. So ABS probably is having an impact and causing more walks like that. But, now that I say it, on the flip side, there are probably some pitchers that got squeezed a lot because of just the angle of their arm and the way their pitches moved. They were getting called balls that are now maybe getting reversed by the catcher into strikes. So, I guess it could go either way.
Yeah, I think it does go both ways. But the stats show that walks are up, and I think that's a correlation. With Ranger specifically, that's really interesting because he would get a lot of swing and misses on that pitch because batters knew that umpires were susceptible to it and would call it strikes more often. This year, not only are umpires not calling it as often, but he's not getting the swing and miss because batters know that if the ball is just low and the umpire thinks it's a strike, they can just challenge it. So the swing and miss for him is way down. He also got hurt today. That's pretty unfortunate. But I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a lot of the same throughout the league with specifically with changeups. I think that late movement is pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's overall kind of like Aaron said, it is a catch-22 where it's just a learning curve at the end of the day. Like, it's a new rule that's been implemented and it completely changes the game. Whether it's for the good or for the better, I think it's just a little too early to determine that. But to this point, there's just a lot that players need to now discover. And I think that there will be new disadvantages and advantages that come with it. So I think overall, it's just coming together and realizing what, needs to be done as a pitcher to make that changeup more effective or to hit the zone in the right spot. Because, again, it goes both ways.
Yeah, I think IQ, plays a lot into it. The guys with the higher IQ in general, in my opinion, are going to be, more successful with this ABS challenge system. Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, there's a lot of season left to be played, and teams are going to continue to learn and continue to adjust.
Totally.
So
To answer your actual question, though, I don't know if the league truly wants more walks. Yes, they want more offense in general because that kind of draws in the more casual baseball viewer and people want to see home runs. I don't know if walks, it's kind of like slows down the game a little bit. I don't know if that's truly what the MLB is looking for, but more runs, certainly a benefit.
Yeah, and that's why I think the balls are juiced. The walks are up, so they got to get some more homers somehow.
Fair enough.
This is what I think.
Should we get into the quick hitters? Had a lot of interesting, weird little moments happen.
Yeah, start us off, man.
Bottom 10, doubleheader, second game, Giants Phillies. Alec Boehm at the plate hits a fly ball to center fielder Drew Gilbert with Adolis Garcia standing on third. He's the winning run, so going for a sac fly. Gilbert lets the ball get as close to the ground as possible. He's got his glove up like he's going to catch it, trying to bait Adolis to start running towards home, but kind of just moves with the ball and then ultimately catches it right at the ground. And he's just trying to bait Adelise to leave third early and catch him off guard, but he was prepared. Base coach was probably on that one, and it didn't work out. But that was cool. I've never seen something like that, and it's actually just a very smart play. Why not? Might as well try it.
Yeah, I loved that. It was also the second Phillies walk-off of the day against the Giants. Walked off both games of the doubleheader.
It's a Don Mattingly effect.
Yeah. Randy Johnson's number 51 got retired next to Ichiro's number 51 in Seattle this weekend. I love the big unit. One of the best pitchers out there. Had a dominant stretch in the early 2000s. He's one of 14 players to have a jersey retired for 2 teams. Nolan Ryan, Reggie Jackson, Roy Halladay. Just to name a couple of others, but Randy Johnson, number 51, retired in Seattle.
Legend. Heliot Ramos, playing in the Trop in Tampa Bay, seems to hit the roof on a deep fly ball to center. Cedric Mullins, it's pretty obvious. He's going back. He's at the wall. He's kind of like preparing for it to just go over the fence, and then suddenly he realizes like, oh, this is catchable. So pretty sure that ball hit the ceiling. Umps don't rule anything. It's just a fly out. Adrian Hauser in the dugout, not pitching that game. He gets tossed for complaining. Same with Frank Anderson, the director of pitching. They both got ejected. I just think the way Mullins played that ball, it was pretty telling that something interfered with the way that ball landed. And go ahead.
I believe they reviewed it and the call stood. I don't know
Really?
if that was because there wasn't any evidence to overturn it, didn't have a camera angle, whatever it was. But I believe they reviewed it.
Interesting.
No further word on it.
Really weird moment. I don't really like. I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me how. Yeah, again, like watching how Cedric Mullins reacts to that ball, like it just doesn't make much sense how they don't have anything to potentially overturn it, especially with how many cameras they have at these stadiums now. But
And we've seen this happen before at the Trop. Like this isn't a new
Right.
stadium. Like this happens.
you
So
think they'd be a
it's
little
weird.
more
rules for
prepared
it.
for that.
Yeah.
But anywho, one of the next moments we had, we kind of jinxed this guy a little bit, Mr. Mason Miller.
gosh.
We kind of rode his high horse last week, and I mean, rightfully so. Don't get me wrong, guy's still fantastic. 11 for 11 in save opportunities. I think his average fastball is faster than anyone in the league right now. Like, dude's fantastic, but scoreless streak is now over. Had in a kind of a weird way. There's a bit of a dribbler down the line that looked like it was obviously going foul. Actually, I wouldn't say obviously, but the ball was rolling. It looked like it was obviously foul from the camera angle. Ty France over at third base just doesn't even do anything, knowing that it's probably going to go foul. From the camera angle, I mean, we looked at like 3 different angles. It looked like it was obviously a foul ball, but the umpire called it fair. Turns out it ended up being a base hit. Then following that, there was a potential double play that ended up being nothing. And Mason Miller's scoreless streak over. Very ridiculous way to lose that with how dominant
way to
he's
lose
been.
it.
I mean, just dribbler, some unfortunate series of events. But, I mean, that's baseball for you at the end of the day. His still 34 and 2/3 innings leads any Padre to ever do it. So still fantastic for him. And, I mean, again, he's still a stud, just no longer with that scoreless streak.
Ty France did that exactly how he was supposed to, by the way.
100%.
He waited for the moment. The ball is clearly not touching the line. That's the rule. If the ball is touching the line, it's fair. If it's not, it's foul. It's not. He doesn't grab it right away. He gives a full second for everyone to see, picks it up, fair ball. Base it. It's just so weird. That was
Like, it's a risk at the end of the day, but that's how you're taught to do it. You wait it out, and
Exactly.
hopefully it just goes foul. And in this case, I mean, to a lot of people, like, I mean, you'll see for yourself as you're watching it, like, it looked foul. But anyway, after that, we have another moment. I wasn't here for this game personally, but this did happen over at Sutter Health Park. Michael Wacha was pitching, and his chain broke. Very weird situation. Now with the pitch clock, it definitely adds a whole nother aspect of you got to get going once you're on that mound. So he quickly kind of stuffs his chain into his pocket, goes on to throw where Carlos Cortez, who was at the plate, just didn't have any reaction whatsoever, didn't even think he was going to throw a pitch, and takes a strike. From that point, Chris Crone, the A's hitting coach, was the one who got ejected. Mark Kotze did kind of think it was him, but it wasn't him. just kind of arguing that situation. Very weird, kind of on the side of the A's and kind of a bit biased in that sense. But I was on the side of the A's in that scenario where it's like just a very odd situation. You don't see it happen much. And with the pitch clock, like you just didn't expect him to even make a throw. So a very weird situation to say none the least.
High IQ by Waka. He let go of that ball right in time. He
Right in
executed
time.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Got a strike.
Yeah, the Wall knows how to pitch, for sure.
The wall does.
Well, another streak came to an end this week. Ildemaro Vargas, his hit streak at 27 came to an end. And he has a career batting average of 249. It's not very high. I remember a couple years ago, not even a couple at this point, 10 years ago, Jackie Bradley Jr. carried like a 28-game hitting streak deep into the season. Another reason why I just love baseball. Like these guys who aren't known as contact players, getting hits and continuing the streak. So good for Ildemaro Vargas. Sorry about that. Ildemaro Vargas, good for him. Hoping that he continues his hot hitting through the season.
He was taking away playing time from Jose Fernandez, so I had to let Fernandez hit the waivers. That was unfortunate, but good for him. No hate on Vargas. Earlier today, Juan Soto hitting in Anaheim against the Angels. It's a little infield dribbler towards Shanuel, and ball gets stuck in the webbing. Seen this one before, but it's always a fun highlight. Shanuel is trying to get that ball out of his glove to toss it over to Kachanowicz at first. Can't do it. Has to toss the glove his way, and resulted in an out. Pitcher caught the glove. He's a little bit confused at what just happened, but an out's an out, and they move on.
I love that play. Just one of my favorites. It happens, every couple of years, and it just brings a smile to my face. So, good, high IQ, good play, thinking on your feet. I'm a fan.
To finish things off for our quick hitters, Josh Naylor. He's kind of the topic of discussion here. A game against the Twins here in the top of the 8th. There was runners on second and third, 1 out, in a 2-1 ball game. So the Mariners are already winning this one, and Naylor crushes a ball, but just kind of has I don't know, I don't want to say ridiculous, but definitely a bit of dramatic kind of bat flip there as he trots the bases and takes it. But in my opinion, I will agree with him there. That's a big home run, in a 2-1 ball game. You can't take any runs for granted. Yes, it's a regular season game against the Twins, and watching that video, there's not many people there to even watch that home run, but I don't blame the guy for doing what he did, but I think that we have a little bit of a game going on. Aaron, do you want to kind of explain that?
Real quick, I just want to say one thing about this Naylor bat flip. Dirk, he's known for his fadeaway shots. I guess Naylor's known for his fadeaway bat flips. Like he goes into the other batter's box, fading away, flips the bat up into the air, and then goes on his shot. I thought that was awesome.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Yes, we do have a game for these bat flips. The Naylor one is great. We have 5 different bat flips. We're keeping this to playoffs only because me and Kobe were talking about this earlier. The playoff moment kind of just adds a dramatic effect to it, so I felt like players would be at a disadvantage if it wasn't a playoff moment. So 5 playoff bat flips, and you're just going to blind rank them. Okay, so you want to be careful to not spoil the second one for you. But first up, we have Teoscar versus Max Scherzer. Take a look.
Oh, yeah. That ball. Oh! I love the underhand flip.
Chucks it.
He's got some good rotation on this bat, too.
I love it.
Some serious velocity.
I'll start it off. I'm taking that at 3. I love the bat flip. I love the Dodgers as well, so it would have been easy to take that a little bit higher. But looking at the situation, it's the bottom of the second. Like it's a great home run, but I'm gonna put it at 3. I think there could be one a little worse. I honestly could have put it a little further down, but I'm gonna start it easy, put it right in the middle.
I'm gonna put this at 4. I'm just thinking about some iconic bat flips in my mind. I think this one's good, but I agree with you. It's the situation isn't high pressure, and I can think of some others that might be better.
Yeah,
so putting it at 4.
100%.
I'll also say again, even though they're all playoffs, it's not like I just tried to go Game 7s, World Series only. There's just kind of a spread across playoffs. Just leave it at that. You guys can skip ahead a little bit in that video to get to Rhys Hoskins versus Strider, NLDS. This is a great series.
It's the one where he just throws it to the ground. Oh, yeah.
Electric at the bank.
It's a great flip. Don't get me wrong. Actually, it's not even a flip. It's more of a slam. But
Yeah.
I think for me, like, I still think there's some better ones on there. I'm going to have to put this one at 4. Don't hate the slam whatsoever, but I think it's a safer option to go for. I think we have some better situations coming up.
I'm actually going just one above Teoscar because it's a similar situation, but I like this one more. Like the slam isn't something you see, and he got into it. I mean, it was boom. It's like a Gronk spike out there. So I'm putting that one at 3. Yeah.
All right.
With that.
Next up, ALDS Jazz Chisholm versus the Jays again.
Here we go. Oh, he just lets go of it.
Mr. Aura himself. I mean, you gotta respect
that is a
it.
lot of aura.
The guy hasn't hit many home runs this year, but I mean, it's the ones that matter that are cool. That dude, whoo, yeah, I'm putting that at 2.
Shoot.
You can take the 2 spot. I'm not giving him 1. That would be absurd. Really hoping that there's one that's a little bit worse, but that is just, I like it. You know what I mean? Act like you've been there before, and that flip kind of shows that. So that's kind of why I put that one at 2.
Okay, I'm in a pickle because I wish that I had gone Teoscar at 3 and then Bohm at 2.
Hoskins.
Hoskins at 2 and then this one at 4. I got a feeling you're going to give me a Red Sox. Like that's just in my mind. So I got to put this one at 5. And I do love who's pitching here, Louis Varland. I love how he puts his head just immediately down. He sees that ball going head straight down. Yeah,
it's
awesome
that short
too.
porch. There was no doubt that ball was going out.
Oh, yeah, I'm putting that one at 5, although I'm not thrilled about it. Oh, no. It's going at 2. Yep, going at 2.
So you both have 1 and 5 open.
Yeah.
This will be fun. All right, let's go to the next one. Back to Kobe and I's Dodgers.
Shohei Ohtani. So, look,
You're not
His
gonna give
first
me a Red Sox.
career playoff bomb.
this is a fantastic slam. I love it. He shows emotion, which is something you just don't see a lot from a guy like Shohei. But I am holding on tight that what I think number 1 is there. He's going to number 5.
Yeah,
I
it has
hate
to
to
be.
do it. But Joey Bats has got to be 1. He's just got to be there.
It's got to be.
Like, who else?
Yeah, I'm putting this one at 5 as well. But I'm actually I'm happy with that. I think that this is below the other ones.
Yeah.
I think that, I keep saying Bohm. Hoskins, yeah, he the bat flip or the bat slam that he did, I think is a little cooler than this. Although this is
Mr.
sweet, too.
Aura was
Shohei
better,
has a
but
lot of
yeah,
aura.
that's a different discussion.
And this ties the game. Yeah, this has to go at 5 because you're definitely just gonna give us Joey Bats, aren't you?
And we
How
get
can we have
Joey.
a bat
Yep.
flip segment without Jose Bautista?
This is the guy that created
I mean,
the bat flip. Like, this is the guy that, like, in my mind, like, if you think of bat flip, you think of this guy. Like, it goes
for
without
our
saying.
generation.
Yeah.
For our generation,
I mean,
for
come
sure.
on. Like, you go back a generation, you really think they're talking about other bat flips?
Oh my
What guys
Bats
were
has
slinging
been
it
around.
like that?
Yeah,
Doing my
I wanna-
research for this video, I actually did find some old bat flips that were cool, but I decided to kind of keep it more newer era because they're
Can we-
ones that we could kind of remember.
Can we shout out Tom Lawless real quick? Right here. Put the video here, Nem. That bat flip in the 87 World Series against the Twins is so sweet. So sweet. Another one I want to shout out is Tim Anderson. I kind of
I
expected
saw
that on this
that
list.
in my
but then you
research
said,
of this. It showed up.
Once you said it was postseason, obviously, I cut that out. But that was like kind of the start of the let the kids play era. I love that one too. It led into a big fight, and that was a good one. Any other
appreciate
Kobe?
you,
Any other ones that come
giving
to your
me-
mind, Kobe?
The Kurtz bat flip. This is a regular season home run, but he did it in Sacramento. It was pretty cool. He did it, I think it was back-to-back nights, or was at least in the same series against the Astros, had walk-off home runs, and just, it was cool to see. I mean, from a guy who's grown up going to Sutter Health Park, like, to see a memorable moment that'll now kind of stain a little bit of MLB history, like, it was cool to see, but it was also a good flip. I mean, he just tossed that bat like it was nobody's business, so that one's up there for
He's
me.
the man.
Yeah.
He's the man. That was fun. Well, a lot of good teams in that little segment. Some not so good teams we're going to talk about here. We got another draft for you guys. We are trying to pick. We're going to all draft 3 teams, and we're going to pick the 3 teams that we think are going to finish with the least amount of wins come season's end. Now, obviously, we can't pick the same teams. We'll go in a little snake draft order. I just want to put this out there. Whoever finishes with the most wins, so the loser, buys the winner baseball snack of their choice, like popcorn, Cracker Jacks,
Big League Chew,
peanuts, Big League
yes.
Chew. Put a little wager on it. Feeling good about that?
Okay.
Yeah, we're in it.
Right,
I want
love
to
it.
preface, too, that the reason for this activity is we have some teams that we were expecting to be in that playoff mix, maybe World Series contenders, starting really poorly. Phillies and Mets. I'll just say it. Phillies and Mets. So we thought, like, do we truly believe that these teams are just bottom feeders of the league, or like do we expect them to kind of turn things around and end up maybe in that playoff mix come September? So that's kind of the reason we're doing this draft.
Yep. No limit to what teams you can pick. You can pick any of the teams, including the Braves if you want. But that seems kind of foolish.
I won't be picking the Dodgers. Let you guys know.
Who wants to go first?
I'll lead it off. Yeah.
I'm going
I'm
second.
going to lead off with
Dibs.
an NLS team. And not who you might expect.
Oh,
My number 1 overall
You
pick
are
is
picking
gonna
the
be
Dodgers?
San Francisco Giants.
Oh.
Maybe it is who you expect.
Yeah,
But a
that's
lot of
pretty
people
bad.
think I'm going to say the Colorado Rockies. I'll get in a little bit further. Actually, I think this is a perfect time to just quickly hover over how bad I think the Giants have actually been. I don't even have to think it. I can just kind of take a quick look, a gander on how their team stats have been doing. For reference, they are 13th right now in batting average as a team. Not bad. They're last in OBP. Not sure how that even happens. They're last in walks.
Yeah.
They're last in stolen bases. They're last in runs. They are last in home runs. They're last in RBIs. They are also 26th in OPS, slugging percentage, and another stat that I'm forgetting about. They're terrible on paper offensively. They did just recently call up, today, Bryce Eldridge and Jesus Rodriguez, 2 guys I've been able to watch personally. If you guys haven't heard who Bryce Eldridge is, you'll know pretty quickly. He is going to bring some power, maybe get their home runs up. I think they have 19 total home runs on the year, so maybe get them up to the 20s.
that's awful.
Jesus Rodriguez is, they just need to change up in there. I think he's a solid player. One guy who I do think you guys are going to kind of, he's an interesting guy. His swing, now if you could put up a video of this, his foot twists. It's literally pointing almost at him. Wow, like that's in his stance. It's very weird. I've never seen any player like it. He succeeds with it though. But anyway, with my number 1 pick, I'm taking the San Francisco Giants, even with those additions.
I am gonna go with the Rockies. They just suck. Like their offense has improved this year, but it's not that much better. Their pitching is horrible. Their bullpen isn't great. They play in a tough division. I just think that they're the worst team in the league. So that's my first pick. I'm with the Rockies.
Yeah, I wanted the Rockies. That would have been nice. The Giants
Yeah.
were my number 3, so that would have been nice too, I guess. But my 2 is there. I kind of gave myself a little bit of a pre-draft rankings of who I was going to go with. I'm going to start with the Twins. Going into the season,
bad.
I think this was who I thought was probably the worst team out of all 30 going into the season. So 1 month in, they're like 7th worst right now. Joe Ryan left the game in the first inning today. That's kind of the only bright spot. Buxton's been kind of good, but he'll go down eventually. They're terrible. They do have a good thing going for them, which is that they get to play some other lousy teams, being in the AL Central. And that takes me to my next team, which is going to be the Kansas City Royals.
Whoa.
I know. I actually was pretty high on the Royals going into the season. I think I had them winning the AL Central, so this is quite the turnaround. But Reagans has been pretty shaky. That's a guy I was really high on coming into the season. Lugo has some decent numbers, but if you look at the metrics, he seems to be getting pretty lucky. He doesn't have good stuff this year. Kind of the same for my guy, Michael Wacha, who's been a great fantasy performer for me, but I don't know if he's going to have the stuff to continue what he's doing. And as for the offense, it's just a little bit underwhelming. Witt really isn't hitting for much power, isn't really bringing that superstar ability to the team. Michael Garcia has been pretty good. Salvador Perez is off to a terrible start. This team's just not offering a lot. They lost Estevez, who that could be a blessing in disguise. He wasn't looking very good in the spring training. But yeah, just not high in the Royals. So going double AL Central, Twins, Royals.
I gotcha. I'm very happy with where things landed for me. I'm gonna go with the Nationals. I think that they're off to a decent start, but their rotation is horrible. It might be the worst rotation in baseball. The offense outside of Wood and Abrams and like it's just not that good. Maybe a little bit of Dalen Lyle here, a little bit of gosh, who even else is on their team? Brady House here and there. Like it's just they don't got guys. They don't got enough guys to be able to do it, and I kind of expect the Mets and the Phillies to pick it up. We'll see if that actually happens, but I expect those two teams to pick it up. So going up against them, I see the Nationals losing some more games down the stretch.
I'm really happy with where I'm at. I feel like I'm gonna go with the Angels. I don't see it. Like, yeah, Jose Soriano's been fantastic. Trout's been much better than he was the year prior. Trout's got to stay healthy. I don't know. This team just doesn't excite me at all. Like, Zach Neto, and who else? I mean, like, their pitching staff, no one excites me. Their bullpen, like, no one excites me on this team. I mean, they're in last in the AL West, and I don't see much changing. And then with my last pick, we're going to have 3 AL Central teams picked. I'm going to go with the White Sox. If you look at the standings, yeah, they're in third place, but not by much. I mean, a game over the Royals and a game and a half over the Twins. Like, we're almost forgetting that this team had, what was it, the most wins or the most losses 2 years ago? Is that what it was? Was it the most? They led.
Yeah, they were horrible.
Team sucks.
Historically terrible.
I don't think that I think their hitting has improved. Murakami's fantastic. They have some great young talent who's definitely starting to find their stride a little bit. Pitching still is just not there. I don't see it. Don't like their bullpen. And for that, like they're not going to be a team that they don't jump off the papers for me. So yeah, that's my third pick.
I want to touch on the Angels for a sec. They're such a frustrating team to me because I look at their roster and it's like it's not as bad as these other teams that we're saying. Like they got guys at least. Like Trout's still Trout offensively. He's hitting the ball well. Nito's good. Soler's super hot right now. He's having a good season. Shanwell's getting on base. Soriano's pitching well. Detmers is pitching okay. Like they have guys, but they're not. They don't put it together.
No bullpen.
Yeah, their bullpen is awful. Awful. They blow a lot of games in that bullpen. They're a bad team, and I took my take a couple weeks ago. They'd be in the playoff race come September.
Not looking so hot.
Not looking too good.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I am taking a bit of a leap here on a trade that will force this team to lose some games. I'm going with the Houston Astros. Ooh. Did you want them, or is that a bad pick?
No, I can't see that. I can't imagine them falling that low, but let's hear it.
I think they should trade Jordan, and I think they could, and I think they will. They got nothing else. Altuve's old, Correa's old, the pitching stinks. Hunter Brown's hurt. Who knows when he'll come back, although he did resume throwing. That's good. Hader's injured. He has no timeline. The bullpen blows every single game they pitch. They're just... I think a lot of this hinges on trading Jordan, because if Jordan's there, they can win any game, although he was horrible in Boston, and they still won the series. But, yeah, I think they're going to trade him, and I think they're going to lose a lot of games after they trade him. They got nothing after that. So, Houston Astros.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess I could see if they trade Jordan, certainly. It's certainly in the mix. My top 7 are off the board, which leads me to number 8, which I'm going to ultimately go with. But I just want to point out, my number 9 was the 20-win St. Louis Cardinals. They're 20-14. I do not believe in them. I don't believe in that rotation. I think they're playing above themselves. Michael Jordan Walker has just been incredible. I don't believe in the Cardinals. I think they're due for a fall off. But I'm going to more happily pick The Boston Red Sox.
Oh.
Boston Red Sox are finishing
Come
towards the
on.
bottom. Yeah, I think they're kind of cooked. The pitching's falling apart. They don't got a whole lot going. I think they're kind of just down in the dumps. Heard some comments today between Wilson Contreras and Marcelo Mayer. They weren't happy with each other's comments or whatever. It's a disaster. And I like rooting against the Red Sox, so I want my baseball snack, and I'm just going to happily root against the Sox for the rest of the year now.
Respect.
You know, I don't even disagree with you. The team sucks. The team absolutely sucks. I don't know what Contreras is thinking making those comments today. He's just blamed their losses on the young guys. Like, what? It's a team game. It makes no sense to me. And I thought that Mayer's response was really mature of him. Like, we're just here to play baseball. We're all here to play baseball. Obviously, not getting hits with runners in scoring position. You're going to lose a lot of games. But we're just here to play ball. I don't know what Contreras was thinking with that. So, yeah, it's gloomy days in Boston for sure right now. That's okay, though. Always next year, right? Yeah. Well, nobody picked the Padres, but let's talk about the Padres real quick. Tatis.
Oh, wait. Forgot to mention. Cracked pepper sunflower seeds. Zev, if you want to buy those for me now because you have lost, my friend, and I'm going to take this one. Cracked pepper, spits, sunflower seeds. Feel free to send those my way whenever you are ready.
Okay. Cody,
Big League Chew for me.
Let's... So
Were you asking me if mine...
Loser.
No, I was gonna ask you for a final two. Let's make a little alliance and team up on this guy over here.
Just Big League Chew for whenever I win.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep my my snack of choice a surprise then. How about that?
I guess we'll never know.
No, we'll know. We'll know by season's end because the Astros will fall off a cliff. Anyways, Fernando Tatis is having a really interesting season. He is absolutely crushing the ball, but is one of three players this season with 120 plate appearances and no homers. Luis Ariz and Chandler Simpson are the other two. Last year, he averaged a home run every 19 plate appearances. So, what's up with Tatis? How are we feeling about him? Is this an issue? Do we care? Or is he playing well? What do you guys
the
think?
guy completely changed up his swing. As you'll see here in the bottom corner, like his swing from last year, you'll see his foot. Like it's something with the angle that he's going. He has a bit of a more wide open stance than he did last year. It's just he's completely switched things up. He's still hitting the ball hard, but not getting that launch angle on the ball like he used to. And I think that's kind of a big reason why he's struggling right now. Still hitting the ball hard. But yeah, I think it's something that's just quick adjustment and he'll be fine. He's still the star that he's kind of always been.
Yeah.
Well, power's kind of decreased consistently without the steroids. Just putting it out there. 42 on the roids. Hasn't gotten to 30, I don't think, since he got caught. He's still a good hitter. Like, the metrics look good. He hits the ball hard and well and gets on base, and he's fast. Like, he's still an all-star, great player. But I think the power is probably just not quite what it once was when he was actively cheating.
Yeah, 2021 was, like, obviously his best season. He was on the roids. But his pull-to-air rate that year was 22%. This year it's only 5.5%. It's really low. That being said, I think this is actually one of the best versions of Tatis we've seen. Like, his strikeout rate is way low. He's hitting the ball, like we said, super duper hard. He's just not hitting the ball out, and I think that will come, especially as it heats up a little bit and he gets into the flow of things. He's playing a little more around the infield again. He's back at second base a little bit. I would like to see him just stick in the outfield where he's so good defensively out there and right. But offensively, I really have no issues with it. Home runs are the name of the game, but home runs are really only the name of the game when that's what you need. And I don't think he needs it. He's hitting the ball at an elite level. It's just not going out. So I'm happy with Tatis right now. I got no issues with what he's doing.
Yeah, he's still a really good player. I think he's just off to a slow start ultimately, and should be able to pick it back up.
Yeah.
But sticking in the NL West, I've kind of got a little rant thing I want to go on because I am sick and tired of the hate that the baseball world has given Dalton Rushing over the last couple of weeks. Quick recap of all the little moments and things that have happened. On April 18th, it started with him making a quick comment in his press conference after the game, not press conference, locker room interview, saying that the Rockies swinging at first pitches were a little fishy. Yeah, I don't think the Colorado Rockies were cheating against the Dodgers. Maybe it looks a little soft because he's insinuating that you're the Los Angeles Dodgers losing to the Colorado Rockies. It's not a great look.
Did they
Whatever.
lose that series?
I think
the
they
Dodgers?
split 2-2.
They split.
Next, April 21st, Dodgers are in San Francisco. Jung-Hoo Lee is a little play at the plate. He's kind of like cowered over at the plate, maybe a little bit injured. Rushing goes back to the dugout. A bunch of lip readers thought that he said F him as he enters the dugout talking to his Dodger teammates. Rushing said that he had no clue that Lee was even injured, let alone, obviously, he wasn't saying that. Next, April 23rd, slides hard on the second base, trying to break up a double play. A little bit of a dirty slide. It happens. April 26th, he calls Miguel Amaya a fat F as he's trying to run to second. Rushing wasn't able to throw him out. Nico Horner overheard this and wasn't too happy about it. And then we had a play where he gets called out for a pitch clock violation. He called time. He totally did call time. Home plate umpire didn't give it to him, and it results in a pitch clock violation, strike 3. Next game, he very emphatically gives a timeout to get the call. So all these little moments has caused the baseball world and fans to just hate Dalton Rushing. And my take is basically that everyone wants to hate the Dodgers because they're the best team in the league coming off back-to-back championships. It's not even an LA Dodgers thing. You hate the best team in the league. The Thunder get a lot of hate right now. The Eagles were getting a lot of hate after they won the Super Bowl. It's popular to hate the great team. And it's hard to pick something about Shohei to hate. It's hard to pick something about Freddie to hate, Mookie, Yamamoto. So let's just kind of find anything we can about the young guy that no one's really attached to yet. Maybe has a couple of immature moments that truly who cares about. I mean, really, like, these little comments he says, like, it doesn't matter. He's not treating the game. He's not actually personally attacking someone with violence or being physical. It's just so forced, and I'm sick of it.
How sick of it are you?
Very sick of it. He's
Very
raking.
sick.
He's been great. He's been great, and everyone's just trying to bring him down because it's the Dodgers, and we got to bring him down, and we have no one else to pick on. It's just stupid. And it's become like a story. Like, it's
is a
all in
story.
Twitter. People are talking
is.
about it.
Kobe, as a
Stupid.
fan, do you want to touch on this before me?
I mean, I completely agree with Aaron. Like, it's ridiculous. I think that a lot of people are really just trying to find any and every way to hate the Dodgers. Pretty easy to do. They spend the most money, they ruin the game, and that's a discussion for another time. I'd love to get into a conversation about that. But this is just one of those moments. I will agree that some of it's a bit immature to me. Like, yeah, things happen, though, but he's a young player. Trying to find his stride, and personally, when you look at the Dodgers, too, it's a lot of guys that it's really hard to hate. Like, you look up and down that lineup, and it's like, how are you hating on Shohei Ohtani? How are you hating on Freddie Freeman? How are you hating on Mookie Betts? Like, these are guys that are, like, class act people. Like, aren't talking a lot of crap. Aren't, like, negative people in a way or, like, cocky. Like, they're very class act people. And I think Dalton Rushing, I think that's something that the Dodgers really pride themselves on. I think Dalton Rushing really, at least to this point, from what we've seen, isn't showing that necessarily. I think it can easily be fixed, and it's easily something that is just kind of like taking a bit of a step back. But I will agree that it's being taken out of proportion from fans a little bit because, I mean, a lot of this is just like cameras are on him at the wrong time, and I'm sure this happens a lot more than we think, but the cameras just aren't really on it.
Yeah, the second to last point you made there about like how the Dodgers are just a class act organization and like it doesn't really fit in. That's the most frustrating part for me. Like, I love the Dodgers players, and I would like to see everybody on the team act accordingly. The Rockies thing, like the Rockies lead the league in first pitch swing rate. So like what are we doing saying that it's fishy that they're swinging first pitch? Like, they lead the league in that.
Totally.
Who knows what he really said with Jung-hoo? Dirty slide. I get it. It's a rivalry. Like, trying to break it up. It is dirty, though. Like, not really room for that in the game. Nobody would care about him calling, a player a fat whatever if he was on a small market team.
Yeah, exactly.
And then on the calling time, he turned around and he was like, he said he emphatically calls time on the second day, emphatically calls time. And he said, I got to do that. It's like, no, like, you don't have to do that. Like, the umpire didn't hear you. It's okay. It happens. I think he's immature. I do think that people are probably grasping at straws, but, like, I also get it. Like, it's annoying that he's doing this on the Dodgers because the Dodgers are such a likable team. Like, if he was doing this on the Yankees, he would fit right in. And, like, I don't think people would care as much. So, that's my take.
That first one with Rushing, where he doesn't get the time called, who was pitching, Seth, for the Marlins that game?
Was that the junk?
Junk.
Like, our favorite player ever.
Don't say our. Don't say our.
Okay. My favorite player ever. Second favorite player ever.
Mr. Junk.
I requested to follow him on Instagram. Actually, rewind, quick story time. Last year, fantasy baseball, I picked him up in a matchup, and he was, like, incredible. So, like, me and the guy I was going up against, Sam, we kind of trolled it a little bit. Thought his name was Jason Junk. Turns out his name was Jansen Junk. That just, like, added to it. I requested to follow him on Instagram when he was private. He accepts my request, then went public, and now he's private again. So, like, me and him are boys. We got that. We're tight like that.
I support Jansen Junk.
And now I picked him up on my fantasy team. So I am excited about Jansen Junk. The Junk.
That's awesome, dude.
He's the man.
That's fun. Good stuff.
Let's get on to the home run draft. We've been waiting a long time for this.
Do it.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron had weeks to forget about. Aaron definitely, threw that up there. Like, he knew that, this week may not be the best for him. And
thank you, Kobe.
Rightfully so. Had one home run in the week. Me, on the other hand, I'm in a hole. I'm in a big hole. And I'll get into what my strategy is coming into this week. But Shohei Ohtani, O'Neal Cruz, Jose Ramirez, I was really confident going in that those were the guys that give me a few.
Some big names.
I got one. I mean, no
names.
home runs from Shohei really hurt me. Now I can't pick him for the year. I'm stuck without him.
Donuts from J-Ram and Shohei. It's a set. I mean, those are two guys you are relying on to give you big numbers.
Shohei leaves. He leaves St. Louis without even a hit.
It was ridiculous. So I get negative one.
Crazy.
Zev, on the other hand, gets a home run from just one from every guy, but that'll do it. It gives him 3 points, gives him the win on the week. Yeah. So without further ado, I'm gonna get us started because I have a bit of an explanation on how I got to this point.
Didn't even bother talking about Aaron's picks.
Oh my!
They were terrible. I said they would be.
Yeah,
terrible.
I'm sorry.
I said they'd be terrible, and they were terrible.
Willie Adames doesn't get one. Freddie Freeman throws out a donut. Brian Reynolds gets him one. Brian Reynolds has been a little hot recently. I was definitely kind of stat watching everyone, and Brian Reynolds he's turning a corner right now. But him being the only home run,
Great OBP guy.
we match up together at -1. Our Dodgers just didn't get it done when we needed it most, and then you pick the Giant, which they only have 19 of them, so
That's tough.
have to come from.
Yeah.
But apologies for that. But without further ado, let me get into my pick. I had to switch up strategies a little bit. I talked to Aaron about this earlier. My brain, I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not taking whatever I have to say. I'm going with ChatGPT. Today's episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Not really at all, but my picks are brought to you by ChatGPT. I did some deep research. I asked it to do a lot. I really just was like, you know what, give me it, and it gives me a scapegoat if things don't work out. But I'm trusting it this time, and maybe it could be a strategy for the future. But for now, we're going to see what I get from it. To start things off, I need a guy who's going to get it done for me. I went with Kyle Schwarber. Actually, ChatGPT went with Kyle Schwarber. If you want to hear a little bit about what it had to say, is they have the cleanest power schedule. They have a road game against the Marlins tomorrow, and then they have 6 straight games at the bank. They're going against the A's and the Rockies. They like those matchups for Mr. Schwarber. I'm taking what they say. I'm taking it with a grain of salt here because I don't trust my own picks, so we'll see what I can get from it. But I'm going with Schwarber for my first pick.
Yo, Kobe, do you know who's pitching for the Marlins? against the Phillies tomorrow?
Yeah, actually. ChatGPT covered it against Jansen Junk.
Jansen Junk! Come on! Junk!
Dude.
Junk! Oh, I love it.
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
No more junk segments.
No more junk.
I'll be the judge.
All right, who's next?
Let me go next.
for it.
Me and ChatGPT, I mean, we're tight. I'm a big time user, and we think alike. I like the Phillies this week, but Schwarber's been cold. He's not been hitting very well. He hadn't gotten on base in almost 20 at-bats until
That's
he
why he's due.
walked
Chat knows.
today. So I'm going to go with their other lefty slugger and take Bryce Harper. Some great matchups, 7 games this week against some lousy pitching with the A's and who they got at the end?
Rockies.
A's and Rockies, yeah. A lot of good matchups for Bryce. I feel like he just rakes in the bank. You can just picture him launching that into the right field bleachers. So Bryce Harper is my first pick.
Nice. Yeah, we're all going with players that are playing the Rockies. I'm going with Soto. I'm ahead, and I want to stay ahead. Soto's playing in Denver, playing here in Arizona, 2 hitter-friendly parks. I don't even think the pitcher matchups matter that much. He's so good that he can hit anybody. So I'm hoping to extend my lead with one Juan Soto.
Look, ChatGPT gave me an interesting result when I was looking for my results. This is just tough. But I'm going with it because guess what? At the end of the day, this isn't my decision. This was ChatGPT's decision. And I'm going with Bryce Harper as well. We're doubling down on the Phillies for the first time. 2 players on the same team. He likes his matchups as well, believe it or not. It said I liked it so much that normally it wouldn't typically go for 2 players on the same team, but these matchups are too juicy to pass up according to ChatGPT. So I'm taking its word for it. I'm taking 2 Phillies this week to get me some bombs. You don't want to hear what the third one is. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, those are the 2 that I've gone with so far. I don't know how I feel about it.
I love the double down strategy. It worked out great for me a week ago when I took Baldwin and Olsen. I got 5 combined, 3 from Matt, 2 from Drake. So nothing wrong with that. It's a great strategy. Phillies are going to rake this week. Second for me, let's go with Ellie De La Cruz. He has 7 games. The first 4 are at Wrigley Field where the wind is starting to really pick up, blowing out, which is one thing you really got to just look out for. When that wind is blowing in versus blowing out, it just is such a difference. The over-under for the Cubs games when they're at home with the wind, it's like a difference of 4. It was 7.5 2 days ago, 11.5 today, just because the wind just completely changes direction. Pitchers matter a little bit, but that wind controls a lot. So Ellie's got 4 games at Wrigley. And then he goes back to Cincinnati, where he gets to face some struggling Astros pitching in another good hitter's park, Cincinnati. So let's go Ellie De La Cruz. He's in double digits home runs this year, so feels good.
I am going with Byron Buxton for my second pick. I mean, we mentioned how he's going to get injured at some point this season, so I want to get him before he's hurt. He has 3 homers in his last 5 games. Is playing in Washington. We all know they give up 1,000 homers each game. Cleveland's pretty good, though. But I'm kind of banking on a couple at the nation's capital. He's also going up against 6 righties and has reverse splits. So that helps him. Excited about Buxton.
Okay. Very interesting.
Would have been a nice pick this week. We're going to really get
Yeah, dude. You kind of are a bit of a
Hoping he
weak-
continues
Oh. Not on my watch. Anywho, with my third pick, ChatGPT's third pick, we went with a little bit of a sleeper. I want to say we, but it was all Chat. I got to give Chat the credit, or blame it. We'll see what happens. Seiya Suzuki, a sleeper pick of the week, according to ChatGPT.
Not much of a sleeper.
Okay, is this according to you or ChatGPT? According to ChatGPT, he is a
according to me.
sleeper-ish, quote, good process play. The Cubs get 7 games, 4 against the Reds, 3 on the road against the Rangers. Suzuki's been excellent when healthy, entering the week with 5 home runs, a .997 OPS. StatCast also likes the quality of batted balls, 90-mile-an-hour average EV, 44.4% hard hit rate, and a .374 xWOBA. Does that mean much to me? Not really. But ChatGPT thinks so, so we're rolling with Seiya Suzuki for that final pick.
All right, so like, what happens if this doesn't work out for you?
I might have to move on to another AI, but we'll figure that out. Claude, Gemini, we'll figure it out when we get there. Or I'll just like use a noggin. We'll figure it out.
See, chat's going to Wrigley Field too. We align alike, or a lot, me and chat. My last pick is one I'm just very excited about.
Oh,
I'm
so go with Liam Hicks.
This guy's a lefty. He has 7 games this week, 6 against righties. At the end of the week, he gets to face the Nationals, which Zev mentioned. Gives up a lot of home runs. Marlins hitting.
Yeah, boy.
Has been kind of hot. That lineup turns over. And there's one guy who's leading the charge. And his name is Liam Hicks. The Marlins send down Augustin Ramirez today to call up another catcher prospect. And Hicks has just been raking. He's a regular in that lineup, batting 5th. He has 7 home runs, and he's just been electric. He doesn't strike out. He has, I think, 8 walks and 8 strikeouts this year. It's actually just unbelievable. And he puts the ball in play, and he's going to hit some bombs for me. And I'm going to get him while he's hot.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I like Liam Hicks, so I'm a fan of that pick. I went with 2 like fairly heavy hitters, Soto a little more than Buxton, but nonetheless 2 heavy hitters. Kind of felt like with my third one I had to rein it in a little bit, so I saved some fellas for the rest of the year. I am going with Brian Reynolds this week. Games in Arizona are always welcome. I know SF not so much, but I'm hoping for one bomb. Just don't give me a negative, B-Ren. He didn't give you a negative last week. I'm hoping he does the same for me this week. Just 1 or 2. That's all I need.
He's consistent. You'll get one.
I'm hoping I get one.
As a guy who doesn't own him or didn't pick him, you're not getting one. So.
Well, Aaron, you do have him in fantasy. Was he an MVP of the week for you with that one bomb, or not quite?
Nah, not quite. He was great as always, just doing his job. But my MVPs, I had this written down. I lost it.
All right,
One of you go.
My first MVP, actually my only MVP, is Kazuma Okamoto, the Big Oak. He led my squad with 4 homers and 11 RBIs, which was the 11 RBIs was almost double of anyone else on my team. And he's just been raking. He's really figured it out right now. He started hot, got cold, and now he's just on fire. Led me to a 7-0-3 victory over one Sam Dayton. And my team's playing well. He's playing well. He's my MVP. Should I go my Cy Young as well?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. My Cy Young is Nathan Eovaldi. It's a little tougher to pick Cy Youngs because they do only pitch once, maybe twice. But he was just phenomenal. 7 shutty, 7 Ks, winning effort over the Yankees. And, I think if it was maybe a different team that he beat, I would have picked someone else. But the fact that they beat the Yankees just kind of adds to it. So Eovaldi's my Cy Young for the week.
I don't hate Eovaldi. The guy has a special place in my heart for what he did for my team last year before brutally getting injured. Zev told me throughout the year he's going to slow down. He's not going to be the same guy. He was the same guy up until he got injured. So that's one thing that he's always going to hold a special place in my heart.
And he has a special place in my heart for what he did to your guys' team in 2018. So
what did
you guys lost that game. You guys
you're
lost
talking about the 18 inning game?
But without him, they don't win the series because he was supposed to pitch game 4 and just carried the team. No bullpen got used in those extra innings. That was big. That was a huge, huge performance from him.
Sure.
Underrated.
But anywho, my MVP of the week goes to the captain. Pretty easy to say this. I think he's going to have a few MVPs throughout the year on this on my squad. He hit 3 home runs, just tore it up. I only had 7 home runs on the week, so 3 is a big deal. I think he was getting on at his OBP was 5.56. I want to say something like that. So he's getting on over half the time. Dude's fantastic. I should have picked him for the home run draft. Then with my Cy Young, it's going to be back-to-back weeks where we go with Mr. Chris Sale. Dude's fantastic. Dude's an ace. As long as he's healthy, he's dominating. I feel like he pitched 7 shutty last week with 9 strikeouts. And this week he pitched 7 innings of 1-run ball with 11 strikeouts. So he takes the cake again for Cy Young. Yeah, those are my 2 guys.
Chris Sale also holds a special place in my heart for what he did to your team in 2018.
All right, bro. Still reminiscing over 2018. 8 years ago.
What you know about 24 and 25?
Yeah.
I don't know much, actually. I
can tell you Chris Sale was watching it from his
seasons
couch.
didn't happen. Well, he wasn't on the Red Sox.
Well, I can tell you
He went
the
to
Red
Cy Young
Sox
in
were
those
also
years.
sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay. My MVP goes to, I like to just bring up the lesser known or less expected guys. Because Mickey Moniak had 3 bombs for me this week, and he's up to a 16-game hitting streak. He's been great. He's just raking, especially in Coors Field. So 3 home runs for Moniak with a 455 OBP. Definitely my MVP. And for the pitchers, I had a few standout performances. Could have gone Max Meyer, who was really great. But someone who's a little bit better, Emerson Hancock. 7 innings, 1 run, only 6 hits, no walks, 14 strikeouts. Andres Munoz blows his win, sadly. But that was huge. That won me the strikeout category. I would have lost without that performance. He needed 14. If he got 11, I was going to lose the strikeout category. So,
dude,
great. We love him.
The call and the wall really just carry your pitching
Dude,
staff.
no one calls
Walk on
him that.
Hancock,
No one
the
calls
call
him
on the
the
wall.
call.
Everybody, we're starting a trend. Everyone, by season's end, everybody will be calling them the call on the wall.
By season's end, Hancock
They're
will be
like
in
a
AAA
duo.
again.
Who?
No.
Who's
Mr.
that?
Emerson Hancock.
You talking about the wall? No, you're talking about the call.
Yeah, the call.
Who are you talking about? The call. So you got to give me his name. I don't know who Emerson Hancock is.
All right, let's move on to the next
call.
segment. Waiver wire pickups. Zev, I feel like you have a few names on here that you like, especially highlighting it, Mr. Junk.
Yeah. Junk. We're gonna start off with Junk. Junk. He's rostered in 3.9% of leagues and has like a 3 ERA and a sub-1 WHIP. He has 2 matchups or two starts this week, so if you're in a weekly format, that's even better. But he's pitching really well for a team that's playing fairly well, so I like him to pick up a couple of wins, keep that ERA low. He's not going to get you a bunch of Ks, but sometimes you need a guy who's just going to go, 5-6 innings, give up a run, and maybe 3 base runners. And yeah, Junker's doing that. So.
Yeah.
Junk's the first
Another guy on this list, Bryce Eldridge. If you haven't already picked him up, pick him up now. Dude's fantastic. Dude hits bombs. I mean, it's just he's a guy who, if you are in a categories league and you're needing some home runs, RBIs, maybe not the RBI section because those Giants are just not that good. Yeah. But in the home run category, he definitely will give you a bit of a boost there. I know last year he was just listed as a DH. I'm sure he's got first base eligibility. Do not look for him to get you stolen bases, though. He's one of the slowest guys I've ever seen watching him firsthand. Another guy on this list, Nasim Nunez, only rostered in 4% of leagues, leads the league in strikeouts and stolen bases so far this season with 14. Again, it's more of a category-specific guy. If you're in a points league, don't really see much of a huge advantage unless you're just getting a ton of points for stolen bases. Doesn't get on too much, but when he does, he's stealing bases. So if you're in a categories league and needing some stolen bases, me specifically when he's already gone, I definitely recommend that guy.
Yeah, he's also scoring some runs and getting some ribbies. Not a ton, but I think he's at like 15 of each. So
Not bad.
Solid player. 3-category guy.
Lastly, Moises Ballesteros, who I picked up about 10 days ago. He's hitting really well, and he's batting second now for the Cubs against righties, and that lineup scores a lot of runs. He has a lot of opportunity to do some damage. Hasn't really been playing versus lefties, but, majority of the starting pitchers are righties. So Ballesteros batting second. He's rostered 11.7% of leagues on ESPN, and, they had a whole, report that they were running him through some catcher program to try to get him more involved in the field. And I don't think he's caught a game since that report came out like a week ago. So that was kind of a weird thing. I was really excited about it. I would love for him to get catcher eligibility. He only has 2 games this season. CBS, you need 5 to become eligible. It's 10 in our league, ESPN. So I think it's going to be a long wait. But if you have a utility spot open, he's great. Like, you can just fill him in there, and he's going to give you good numbers.
Yeah. And like something to keep an eye on if he does pick up that, catcher eligibility. Maybe he catches 3 games in a week randomly and he's up to 5. So something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
I think that's going to wrap up our episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's been a fantastic episode. I feel like we got a lot that we talked about there. Our socials are right here down below if you want to go ahead and give them a follow. Again, this was our 12 subscriber special. We're hoping to be 15, maybe 20, maybe a million. I don't know. It depends on how crazy that this video goes, I guess. But thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
See ya.
Later.